Jesus is mentioned 25 times in the Quran, more than the Prophet Muhammad himself. Most people don't know this. In Islam, Jesus is one of the most loved and honored prophets of all time. Muslims believe in Jesus. They respect him, they honor his name. But the story Islam tells about Jesus is very different from what much of the world has heard. Tonight we're going to explore what the Quran and Islamic tradition really say about Jesus, his miraculous birth, his powerful message, his miracles, and the truth about what happened to him and what is yet to come. Stay with us until the end because what you're about to hear may completely change the way you see Jesus, and perhaps the way you see Islam too. If this kind of content speaks to your heart, please subscribe. We share these stories every week for souls who are still searching. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, welcome. Today we begin a journey into one of the most beautiful, most profound, and most misunderstood stories in all of human history. The story of Jesus as told by Islam, not the Jesus of debate, not the Jesus of argument, but the Jesus of the Quran. The Jesus that over 1.8 billion Muslims love, honor, and deeply respect. His name in Arabic is Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus the son of Mary. And tonight in this first part of our journey we are going to explore three things. Who Jesus really is in Islam, the miracle of his birth, so settle in. Let the world outside grow quiet, and open your heart, because this story is unlike anything you may have heard before. Number chapter 1. Who is Jesus in Islam? Let us begin with the most important question. Who is Jesus according to Islam? He is a prophet, a messenger, one of the 5 greatest prophets who ever walked this earth. In Islamic tradition, these 5 are known as the Ulul Azm, the prophets of mighty resolve. Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Mohammed, peace be upon them all. These 5 carried the heaviest burdens, they faced the greatest opposition, and they delivered the most important messages. And Jesus, Isa, is among them, not below them, not above them, but with them. Honored, beloved, chosen. The Quran says, and these are the words of God himself, we gave Jesus, the son of Mary, clear signs and supported him with the Holy Spirit, supported by God, given clear signs. This is how Islam describes Jesus, not a forgotten prophet, not a minor figure, but a man so beloved by God that an entire chapter of the Quran is named after his mother. Surah Maryam, chapter Mary, the only chapter in the Quran named after a woman, and it tells the story of Jesus from before his birth. Think about that. In the holy book of Islam, there is a full chapter dedicated to the mother of Jesus. Because in Islam, Mary, Maryam, is considered the greatest woman who ever lived. The Quran says, O Mary, God has chosen you. He has purified you. He has chosen you above all the women of the world. Above all the women of the world. This is how Islam honors the mother of Jesus, and the son she carried was no ordinary child. Number chapter 2, the miraculous birth. Now let us talk about the birth of Jesus. Because in Islam, just as in Christianity, the birth of Jesus was a miracle, a sign from God, something that had never happened before. Jesus was born without a father. Islam is absolutely clear on this. Mary was a virgin. She had never been touched by any man, and yet by the will and power of God alone she conceived. The Quran describes this moment with extraordinary beauty. The angel Gabriel came to Mary, and she was frightened. She said, I seek refuge from you in God if you fear him. And the angel said, I am only a messenger from your Lord to give you the glad tidings of a pure son. And Mary, in her confusion, in her shock, said, How can I have a son when no man has ever touched me, and I have never been unchaste? And the angel replied with words that still echo across centuries, This is easy for God. He has said, It shall be, and so it is. It shall be, and so it is. This is the power of God, no explanation needed, no human logic required. God willed it, and it was done. Mary carried the child, and when the time came she was alone, far from her family, under a date palm tree. in pain, in fear. And in that moment of loneliness, God spoke to her directly. Do not grieve. Your Lord has placed a stream beneath you. Shake the trunk of the palm tree, fresh ripe dates will fall upon you. Eat, drink, and be comforted. God did not abandon her. Even in her most difficult moment, He provided. He comforted. He was there. And then He said to her, if you see any person, say, I have vowed a fast of silence to God today. I will not speak to anyone, because God knew what was coming. He knew she would face questions. He knew people would accuse her. He knew the world would not understand. And so He prepared her. And He gave her the greatest proof she could ever carry, her son. Number chapter 3, the baby who spoke Mary returned to her people, carrying a newborn child, no husband, no explanation, and the people were shocked. They were angry. They said, "Oh Mary, you have done something terrible. Your father was not a wicked man. Your mother was not unchaste. What is this?" Mary said nothing. She simply pointed to the baby. And the people said with frustration, with confusion, "How can we speak to a child who is still in the cradle?" And then the impossible happened. The baby spoke. A newborn child, just days old, opened his mouth and spoke. These were his first words as recorded in the Quran. I am the servant of God. He has given me the scripture. He has made me a prophet. He has made me blessed wherever I may be. He has enjoined upon me prayer and charity as long as I live. He has made me kind to my mother, and He has not made me arrogant or wretched. Peace be upon me, the day I was born, the day I will die, and the day I will be raised back to life. These were the first words of Jesus. Not a cry, not silence, but a declaration. I am the servant of God, not His son, not God Himself, but His servant, His prophet, His messenger. And with those words Mary was defended, the accusation was silenced, and the mission of Jesus had begun. Number chapter 4, the miracles of Jesus. As Jesus grew, God gave Him gifts that no other prophet had been given. Signs, wonders, miracles, that left the people speechless. The Quran lists them clearly, and they are breathtaking. Jesus said, and these are His words in the Quran, I have come to you with a sign from your Lord. I will create for you the shape of a bird from clay, then I will breathe into it, and it will become a real bird by God's permission. A bird, made from clay, brought to life by the breath of Jesus, by God's permission, always by God's permission. This is how the Quran frames every miracle of Jesus, not by His own power, but by the power of God flowing through Him. He healed the blind. Not just those born with weak sight, but those born with no sight at all. Eyes that had never seen opened. By the permission of God, He healed the leper, in a time when leprosy was a death sentence. A disease that isolated people, that made them untouchable. Jesus touched them, and they were healed by the permission of God. And then the most extraordinary miracle of all, He raised the dead. Men and women who had already left this world called back, by the voice of Jesus, by the will of God. The Quran says He declared, I bring the dead back to life by God's permission, always, every time. This is the Islamic understanding of miracles. They do not make Jesus God. They make Him the chosen vessel of God, the instrument through which God showed His power to the world. And the people who saw these miracles, who were healed, who were raised, who witnessed a clay bird take flight, they did not say, You are God. They said, God is great. And that is exactly what Jesus wanted them to say. Number chapter 5, the message of Jesus. But Jesus was not just a miracle worker. He was a teacher, a guide, a mercy sent to His people. In Islam, Jesus was sent specifically to the children of Israel, the Jewish people of His time, to remind them of what they had forgotten, to correct what had gone astray, to renew the covenant between God and His people. He brought the Injil, the Gospel, a book of guidance and light, confirming what came before it in the Torah, and pointing forward to what was yet to come. Jesus said, as recorded in the Quran, I have come to confirm what was in the Torah before me, and to make lawful some of what was forbidden to you. I have come to you with a sign from your Lord, so fear God and obey me. God is my Lord and your Lord, so worship him. This is the straight path. God is my Lord and your Lord, so worship him. This was the core message of Jesus in Islam. Not worship me, but worship God, the one God, the creator of all things, the Lord of Jesus and the Lord of all humanity. This message of pure monotheism of one God, worthy of all worship, is the thread that runs through every prophet Islam recognizes, from Adam to Noah, from Abraham to Moses, from Jesus to Mohammed. One message, one God, one straight path. And so, in this first part of our journey, we have seen something extraordinary. We have seen a man chosen before his birth, born of a miracle without a father, speaking from the cradle, healing the blind, raising the dead, teaching the straight path, calling all people back to God. This is Jesus in Islam, Isa ibn Maryam, the son of Mary, the prophet of God, the Messiah al-Masih, beloved, honored, chosen, and his story is not over. In part 2, we will explore the most controversial question of all. What really happened to Jesus? Did he die on the cross? What does Islam say and why? If this journey is touching your heart, please subscribe, so you never miss a story like this. God bless you, and peace be upon you. But now we come to the question that has divided faiths for 2,000 years. What happened to Jesus at the end? Did he die on the cross? Was he crucified? Did he suffer? Did he rise? Tonight, Islam gives its answer, and it is an answer that will make you think deeply, very deeply. So settle in, let the room grow quiet, and listen with an open heart. Chapter 6, the plot against Jesus. As the ministry of Jesus grew, so did the opposition. The message he carried was simple, pure, powerful. Worship God alone. Follow the straight path. Do not let the love of this world corrupt your soul. But simple messages sometimes threaten powerful people. The religious authorities of his time felt challenged. The political powers felt threatened. And slowly, quietly, a plot began to form. A plot to silence Jesus, to arrest him, to destroy him, and to destroy his message. They watched him. They followed him. They looked for a moment of weakness. And then they believed they had found one. A man close to Jesus, someone from within, was persuaded to lead them to him. The trap was set. The soldiers were ready. And the authorities were certain that by morning Jesus would be finished. But they had forgotten something, something important, something eternal. God had a plan too, and God's plan is always greater. Chapter 7, what Islam says about the cross. This is the moment, the heart of the difference between Islam and Christianity. The Quran speaks about this directly, clearly, without ambiguity. In Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, God says, "They did not kill him, and they did not crucify him, but it was made to appear so to them." Read those words again. They did not kill him. They did not crucify him, but it was made to appear so. Islam teaches that Jesus was not crucified. He was not killed on the cross. God, in his infinite power and mercy, raised Jesus up, took him, protected him, before the soldiers could reach him, before the nails, before the cross. God intervened. Now who was crucified? Islamic scholars have discussed this for centuries. Some say it was a man who resembled Jesus. Some say it was the man who betrayed him, transformed in appearance. Others say we simply do not know the full details, and God knows best. But the central point in Islam is clear. Jesus did not die on the cross. God did not allow his chosen prophet, his beloved Messiah, to be humiliated, tortured, and killed. God saved him. Because in Islam, God always protects his messengers. He may allow them to be tested. He may allow them to suffer, but he does not abandon them. He does not let evil win. Not over Jesus. Not ever. Chapter 8, raised to God. So what happened to Jesus? Where did he go? The Quran says, God raised him up towards himself. Raised him up to God. Jesus, in Islamic belief, did not die. He was lifted, taken, raised to a place of honor with God. He is alive, right now, in a state beyond what we can fully understand, beyond our world, beyond our time, honored, protected, waiting. Waiting for what? For the moment God has already appointed. A moment that is coming, a moment that every Muslim believes in with complete certainty, the return of Jesus. Chapter 9, the second coming of Jesus in Islam. This may surprise many people, but in Islam, the return of Jesus to this earth is one of the major signs of the last day. Jesus will come back, not as a new prophet, not with a new message, but as himself, Isa ibn Maryam, the same Jesus, returned. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "By the one in whose hand my soul is, the Son of Mary will soon descend among you. He will be a just ruler. He will break the cross. He will kill the swine. He will abolish the tax of injustice, and wealth will pour forth so abundantly that no one will accept it. He will descend. He will rule with justice. He will unite the people. He will bring peace." Islam paints a picture of Jesus returning not to start a war but to end one, not to divide humanity but to gather it, under the banner of truth, under the worship of the one God. When Jesus returns, there will be no more confusion about who he is. Chapter 10, Jesus and the Dajjal. Islamic tradition also tells us that Jesus will return at a critical moment, a moment of great darkness, a moment when a great deceiver known as the Dajjal, the Antichrist, will have spread corruption across the earth. The Dajjal will claim to be God. He will perform false miracles. He will mislead millions. He will bring the world to the edge of destruction. And it is Jesus, Isa ibn Maryam, who will confront him, who will expose him, who will end his reign of deception. With a single breath, with the power given to him by God, Jesus will defeat the greatest deceiver the world has ever seen. And after that, an era of peace will begin. A peace the world has never fully known. Justice, truth, harmony. Led by the Prophet, Islam has never stopped believing in Jesus, the Son of Mary, the Messiah. Chapter 11, where Islam and Christianity meet. Now, let us pause for a moment and speak honestly. Islam and Christianity disagree on some very important things about Jesus. That is true, and we should not pretend otherwise. But they also agree on more than most people realize. Both believe Jesus was born of a virgin. Both honor his mother Mary. Both believe he performed extraordinary miracles. Both believe he was the Messiah. Both believe he will return. Both believe he carried a message of love, mercy, and righteousness. Both believe that following his message leads to God. These are not small agreements. These are profound, deep connections between two of the world's greatest faiths. Perhaps instead of focusing only on what divides us, we could also sit with what unites us: a love for Jesus, a respect for his mother, a belief in miracles, a hope in his return, and a shared longing for a world of justice, peace, and truth. Chapter 12. The one question that remains, but there is one question that sits at the very center of everything. Is Jesus the Son of God? Christianity says yes. Islam says no, and Islam is clear and firm on this point. The Quran says, "It is not befitting for God that he should take a son. Glory be to him. When he decrees a matter, he only says, be. And it is. God does not need a son. God does not need anything. He is Al-Samad, the self-sufficient, the eternal, the one who everything depends on while he depends on nothing." To say God has a son in Islamic theology is to limit God, to make him human, to reduce the infinite. Islam says God is far greater than that, far beyond that, far above all our comparisons. And Jesus himself in the Quran never claimed to be God. He said, "God is my Lord and your Lord." He said, "I am the servant of God." He said, "Worship him." This is the Islamic Jesus, not God, but beloved of God, not divine, but divinely chosen, not the Lord, but the servant of the Lord. And in Islam, that is the highest honor a human being can receive. And so, in this second part of our journey, we have walked through the most difficult questions: the cross, the crucifixion, the raising, the return. And we have seen that Islam does not dismiss Jesus. Islam does not reduce Jesus. Islam honors Jesus, but in a way that preserves the greatness of God, in a way that says, God is one, God is above all, and his servants, however beloved, are still his servants. In part 3, our final journey together, we will close this story with a reflection on what the life of Jesus means for us today, for you. Sitting here, tonight, in this moment, what does Jesus teach us right now? What does his story ask of us? And how can we carry his message in our own hearts? Stay with us. The final chapter is the most personal, and perhaps the most powerful. If this series is meaningful to you, please subscribe and share it with someone whose heart is searching. God bless you, and peace be upon you in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Welcome back. You have stayed with us through the birth, through the miracles, through the cross, through the return. And now we reach the final part of this journey. This part is different. It is not about history. It is not about theology. It is about you, about what the life of Jesus, as Islam tells it, means for a human soul. Your soul, tonight, in this moment. So breathe. Let your body relax, and let these words reach the deepest part of your heart. Number chapter 13. What Jesus teaches us about God. The first lesson from the life of Jesus in Islam is the lesson of trust. Mary was alone, under a date palm, in pain, afraid, with no one beside her. And God said, "Do not grieve, not I will remove your pain, not this will be easy, but do not grieve, because I am here, because I have not forgotten you, because even in your darkest moment I am providing for you, a stream beneath your feet, dates falling from above, my words reaching your heart." This is what Jesus teaches us about God before Jesus even spoke his first word. God does not abandon the people he loves. He may test them. He may place them in difficult situations. He may ask them to carry burdens that feel impossible, but he never, not once, turns away. Are you in a difficult place tonight? Are you carrying something heavy, something no one else knows about? Then hear this: the same God who provided for Mary under that tree is the same God watching over you, right now, tonight, in this very moment. Do not grieve. He has not forgotten you. Number chapter 14. What Jesus teaches us about purpose. Jesus spoke from the cradle. His very first words were, "I am the servant of God. He has made me a prophet. He has made me blessed wherever I may be." A newborn child already knew his purpose, already knew who he was, already knew why he was here. And this teaches us something profound. You were not born by accident. You are not here by chance. Your life, like the life of Jesus, was known to God before you entered this world. He placed something in you, a purpose, a direction, a reason. Perhaps you have not found it yet. Perhaps life has been so loud, so busy, so full of noise that you have not been able to hear it, but it is there, waiting, quietly, the way a seed waits beneath the soil, for the right moment to grow. Jesus knew his purpose from the first breath. You may take longer to find yours, but God has not left you without one. Ask him. In the quiet of tonight, ask him to show you why he made you, what he placed in you, and where he wants you to go. He will answer, perhaps not in words, but in the way life begins to open one door at a time. If this kind of reflection speaks to your soul, please subscribe to this channel. Every week, we bring you stories and wisdom like this to help you find your way back to God. Tap the subscribe button now and join thousands of hearts on this journey. Number chapter 15. What Jesus teaches us about mercy. Jesus healed the blind. Jesus healed the leper. Jesus raised the dead. But look closely at who he healed. The blind man was someone the world had already dismissed. What can a blind man do? They said. He cannot work. He cannot contribute. He is a burden. The leper was someone the world had already rejected. Do not touch him. Do not go near him. He is unclean. The dead were people the world had already forgotten. They are gone. It is too late for them. There is nothing left to do. And Jesus went to every single one of them, not to the powerful, not to the wealthy, not to the respected, to the forgotten, to the rejected, to the ones the world had given up on. This is the mercy of Jesus. And this is the mercy that God loves, not the mercy that is easy, that costs you nothing, but the mercy that reaches out to the person everyone else has turned away from. Who in your life has the world given up on? Who around you is invisible? Who is waiting, not for a miracle, but simply for someone to see them? The legacy of Jesus asks you to be that someone. Number chapter 16. What Jesus teaches us about patience. Jesus carried a message that people did not want to hear. He was mocked. He was called a liar. He was called a magician. His miracles were dismissed. His mother was accused. His followers were few. And yet he continued. He did not become bitter. He did not become angry. He did not give up. He continued to teach, to heal, to call people back to God with patience, with gentleness, with love. 2,000 years later, his name is known in every corner of the earth. His message is still alive. His story is still being told in a YouTube video tonight to you. This is what patience produces. This is what continuing despite opposition looks like. Whatever you are going through tonight, whatever feels like it is not working, whatever feels like the world is not listening, remember Jesus. Continue with patience, with sincerity, with trust in God. The results belong to Him. Number chapter 17, a message for every searching soul. Perhaps you came to this video as a Muslim. Perhaps you came as a Christian. Perhaps you came as someone who is not sure what they believe, but something inside you is searching, reaching, looking for something real. Whoever you are, the story of Jesus in Islam has a message for you. God is real. He is watching. He is closer to you than your own heartbeat. He has not forgotten you. He has not given up on you. He is not angry with you. He is waiting with open arms, the way He waited for Mary, the way He protected Jesus, the way He has always protected the ones who turn to Him. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to turn, to face Him, to say with whatever words you have, God, I am here. I am lost. I am searching. Help me find my way. That prayer is enough to begin. Number chapter 18. The final reflection. Jesus, Isa ibn Maryam, came into this world without a father. He left this world without dying, and He will return to this world before the end of time. No other prophet has a story like this. No other life has this shape. Islam honors Him. Islam loves Him. Islam believes in Him, not as God, but as one of the most extraordinary human beings who ever walked this earth. A man who proved that when God chooses a soul, that soul can do the impossible, can heal what cannot be healed, can speak when no one expects a voice, can light up the darkest corners of the world. And perhaps that is the deepest message of Jesus for us tonight. God can choose anyone. God can use anyone. God can work through anyone who surrenders, who says, I am your servant, who says, my Lord is your Lord, who says, worship Him. Are you willing to say that tonight, in the quiet of your heart? Then perhaps you are closer to the message of Jesus than you have ever been before. And now, as this journey comes to a close, let us end the way Jesus ended every teaching, with prayer, with gratitude, with turning back to God. Oh God, you are the creator of Jesus. You are the creator of Mary. You are the creator of every soul listening tonight. We thank you for the gift of these stories, for the gift of prophets who showed us the way, for the gift of a heart that still searches for you. O God, wherever we have gone astray, bring us back. Wherever we have grown cold, warm us again. Wherever we have lost hope, remind us that you are still here, still watching, still merciful, still waiting. Bless every soul listening to these words tonight, whether they are Muslim or Christian, whether they are certain or searching, whether they are strong or broken. You know them better than they know themselves. You love them more than they can imagine. And you have a plan for them greater than anything they have dreamed. O God, let the story of Jesus remind us that you never abandon the ones you love, that your mercy is always greater than our mistakes, and that the straight path is always open to anyone who chooses to walk it. Amen, amen, amen. This journey across 3 parts has been one of the most profound stories ever told. If it touched your heart, please do not keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone you love, someone who is searching, someone who needs to hear that God has not forgotten them. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss a story like this. Every week we bring you faith, wisdom, and truth for the soul that is still on its journey. And leave a comment below, just one word that describes how this video made you feel. One word, that is all, because your words remind us why we do this. God bless you. Thank you for staying until the end, and peace be upon you.